So Rinpoche, we know you've traveled long today. I'm very moved that you're here.
Finally.
Yeah, finally, it's been a long day, and so we want to honor your time. And there are a few things that we want to say before you go, and ask you to say a few things as well. So I have the honor of being able to welcome you on behalf of the whole community, and I'm going to read it a little bit because I am moved. It's very important for us that you're here. Like you, your predecessor, the precious Kyabje VI, Yongsen Ling Rinpoche, was engaged in spreading the Dharma far and wide, even here in the Wild West of the United States. So over 30 years ago, when the Sixth Ling Rinpoche taught in North America for the first time and taught in New York, he wrote these verses that I would like to share again with the group here. Prayer for Buddha's teachings to flow throughout the length and breadth of the West. The first verse begins, by the force of inspiration from the unfailing three supreme gems, and of the truth of our taking universal responsibility, may the precious Buddhist teachings flow and flourish in all lands throughout the length and breadth of the West. So here we are, in what we believe is the only log cabin Gampa in the world. It was originally the garage built to this property, and has been transformed into a holy place. This is where Tibetan Buddhism meets Americana. And most importantly, Rinpoche, it's where the precious monastic tradition is taking root in the United States. So Sravasti Abbey is totally dependent on your predecessor, on the Sixth Ling Rinpoche, who ordained our founder and abbess, Venerable Thupten Chodron, as a novice nun. And with the blessing and support of His Holiness and her other teachers, and also with the help of the Taiwanese bhikshunis, specifically Venerable Master Wu Yin from the Luminary Temple in Taiwan, and Venerable Bhikshuni Jendi here has been a great help in establishing this monastery. And also in dependence on the elder Western Sangha, who in the early days became ordained and went through what it took for a Westerner to begin to become a monastic, like Venerable Sangye Kadro. This whole monastery is built on those many seeds. And of course, we know we can't even count the threads of how we got to be here. But here we are. Along with the help of thousands of kind lay supporters, the Abbey has come into being. So we know it's through Venerable Chodron's tremendous merit, as well as her compassionate courage, this community has come together, and we're happy to welcome you here. We feel that Sravasti Abbey now plays a small, humble part in bringing the request of that prayer of your predecessor to fruition, of bringing the Dharma here to the West. So here in the forest of USA, we are fostering the Nalanda tradition. We use thought training teachings from the Kadampa masters to transform our minds. We're studying the Lamrim, as well as the philosophical teachings, and we share the Dharma with all who wish to hear it, Buddhist and non-Buddhist, those who come here and also online. But perhaps the most important thing, Rinpoche, is this. The Pratimoksha Sutra says, if the Pratimoksha Sutra remains long in the world, the Buddha Dharma will be widespread. And because it is widespread, nirvana can be attained. And so, since 2011, this Sangha of fully ordained bhikshunis has been practicing Sojang twice a month. And since 2014, we also observe Varsa and Pravarana. So in this place, this American Wild West place, the three practices prescribed by the Buddha for a fully functioning Sangha are done with care and with diligence. So just give you a little background on how we've grown, very short. As I told you in the car, Venerable Chodron had the vision to establish a monastery for Westerners to train for a long time. And she made two major attempts to try them in different places, one in Missouri and then one in Boise, Idaho. So finally it took place here. She found the land that was perfect. The support came, and she moved in October of 2003 by herself on this entire property with 2 cats. And that was the beginning of the monastery. Really on faith, really on her conviction that the Dharma must spread here. And I would say tremendous courage. And to use a Yiddish term, chutzpah. Do you know that term? It means a lot of courage. Yeah. But also, with support of many people, including all of her teachers. And lay people were attracted to the idea that there could actually be a monastic sangha in America, that it could work. And people began to come. And it was a monastery from the beginning. It looked like a house. It had a garage. It looked like a normal place. But the intention was really very pure and very clear. And so as people came and began to understand what the vision of having a monastic community might mean, they were inspired. And one by one, with the help of Venerable Jindi, we were ordained in the Dharmagutaka tradition so that the nuns could be fully ordained. Right? So now we are, I think, 15 nuns and 1 monk. Is that right? Close. More or less. We've grown a lot recently. 15 nuns, 1 monk, and we live here full time. When we ordain, of course, we ordain for life. And we commit ourselves to really to this vision of having this monastic community grow for a very, very long time. When Khyentse Wangdak Rinpoche was the first Lama to come and bless the land in 2003, and we took him up the hill, which I hope we'll be able to take you to see the view, and he had a stick in his hand, and he pounded on the dirt, and he said, "Oh, very fertile. 10,000 monastics could be here." And we hold that vision. It won't be in our lifetime, but we're not thinking about the immediate future as much. We're not even thinking about 3,000 years. We talk sometimes about 1,000 years that the Dharma can flourish here. So to have you come and bless here and be a part of this is extremely important for us. And we so appreciate that you're here. A few more things I wanted to say about the Abbey and Venerable Children. Well, just to let you know that we've been really fortunate that we have had many lamas visit and many good teachers. Not necessarily in chronological order, but Panchen Ultra Rinpoche has been here to teach. Kyabzar Zopa Rinpoche has been here to teach. Khyentse Wangdak, as I said. Gendon Tripa Rinpoche came before he was the Gendon Tripa, of course. Pari Rinpoche has been here. Khyentse Jampa Tegchak. And then Geshe Landa Sopa, Geshe Yeshe Topke, Geshe Dorji Damdul, Geshe Dadul Namgyal, all great teachers who have been able to kind of bless this. So we feel, we feel like we've had lots of Dharma support. But somehow having you as the 7th Ling Rinpoche, the successor to the Lama who gave Venerable Children the seed that brought us here, is extremely special for us. So thank you so, so much for coming. And I want to say the last 2 verses of that prayer that was written. For all people living here, there, as in here in the West, together with their near ones who engage in the teachings, with confidence and respect, may all hindrances to their pure Dharma practice disperse, and an excellent network of favorable conditions grow like the waxing moon. And especially for those who work on the means to bring about the flow and flourishing of the triumphant one's teachings, the spring of all benefit and joy, may they never be oppressed by the hordes of interference and adverse conditions, and may this spontaneously happen just as we have hoped and wished. So the blessings of your presence here brings great enrichment to that vision. And we're so grateful that you've come.
Now you know that Venerable Children isn't going to let you get away without sharing some wisdom. So we have a question for you, Rinpoche. How to integrate the practice of Dharma as a monastic? The world is changing. And what words of wisdom do you have for a young growing community on how to practice as monastics?
And
to encourage us, yes.
How to encourage you? Okay.
How to integrate 공당한 대 가서다 만수 단다 드럼 니슈 짜치베 나도 아니 누초기 럽 두중와 기 냠렌제당 아니 콘소 간지제네 지역을 간지제네 약을 네 칼롱나르치스.
I think monastic life is not very difficult. It is how we take it, you know. People take it so difficult. But I think it is not difficult at all. And we all, I think, know it. We all sense it. So, and we all enjoy it at the same time. And so I think it is not, I think everyone has come here with their own decision, right? Not by force or not by circumstances, right? Everyone is volunteering and coming here with their own sort of willingness to come to join the monastic life. So I think you are all enjoying here, right? So I think it is not a struggle at all. I think studying is more struggling. Thinking, you know. That's what I feel. Yeah.
No, lentus. No.
You are happy with the answer? I'm happy to be here today with all of you. And I have heard about this place very long ago. I think ever since it started, I think. And Tupten Chuden, I've known her for a very long time. As I was telling you, Chunyi La, Tupten Chunyi, right? From day one, I think, very long. Yeah, I can't remember the first occasion. And she was ordained from my predecessor, Gyabziling Rinpoche. So I knew her for a very long time. And occasionally she would visit me in Dharamsala and also in the south. Every other year or something like that, you know. So from time to time we used to meet and discuss, talk about some, you know, just. Then so she used to mention about this place over the time, and and she used to show photographs of the place. So I have seen it growing, the place. And but actual being here is much different. I mean, it's photographs, you get some idea how it looks like, but you know, physically being here and seeing the place is very, very much difference, right? So it's looking very, very peaceful, very quiet and peaceful. And I think if one can, there's a big potential that one can make good use of it, this place, for their own practice, and to also to study at the same time. So which you are already doing, but I think that improvement is, there's always more to improve, right? We should not be happy with what we have. We have to see the goal much more far, right? So I'm very happy about what you're doing already, but I do encourage you to keep on doing it. And you know, 뒤준 초시 당한 지나 뒤준 초시 채우러 와.
노래.
이네 시제 연대다 냠len 뒤준 초시 제요 말했어. 더 얘기했던 거랬어.
No. So I'm not sure if this mic is working. I'll try to speak up. Oh, it is working. Okay. So generally speaking, within the context of Buddhist practice, of course, we speak about contentment and being satisfied, and that is very important. However, in relation to expanding our understanding and our knowledge, as well in terms of our practice, it's very important not to be satisfied.
Yeah. So work hard. That's all. Thank you very much. Yeah. Touch the leg. Yeah.